The next follow-up question is to be asked by the Honourable Maimane.
Thank you, House Chair. Mr. President, I think all of us would agree we build our reputation on the basis of what we've done, not what we're going to do. And therefore, in this particular instance, I want to understand, Mr. President, one of the gross abuses of state resources was done by former Inspector General, Mr. Arthur Fraser. He was found, in fact, to have been running a covert in his private home. Now, what I want to understand, Mr. President, is that you've instituted a commission of inquiry into the SARS Commissioner. Why is Mr. Fraser being given special treatment? He should be in a correctional service, not running one. So what I want to understand is, why is he being given this special treatment, and will you assure this House that he will be held accountable in this regard?
The Honourable President.
Thank you, House Chair and Honourable Maimane. The last time I checked, I found that you were the leader of the Democratic Alliance. You still are. Now, the Democratic Alliance, led by the inquirer, or the person who has just raised the question, has sought to challenge and to question the decision that the President took in relation to Mr. Arthur Fraser. And they have done that not through any type of avenue. They've decided to go to court. So the matter is now before the courts. The matter is before our courts, and much as I would have wanted to engage Mr. Maimane, I have found that I now have to respond to the papers that they have launched in court, which we are going to do, because truly Mr. Maimane and the DA do warrant a response or a reply as to the decision that was taken to have Mr. Arthur Fraser transferred to a separate department away from the department that he was running. So we will be able to provide that answer through those court papers. And as they say, the matter is now sub judice, and I'd like to leave it there so that we can address the matter properly.
House Chairperson.
Yes, Honourable Member.
House Chairperson, I'd like to address you in terms of Rule 89 of the National Assembly rules. As I've said on many occasions before, the MIDI television case in the Constitutional Court of the Republic has rendered the sub judice excuse as invalid in a constitutional environment. And our rules are clear that while you may not talk about the merits of the case, that you are still accountable to answer the question that was posed. It's about why. It's not about the legal action. It's why, sir, why the Honourable the President, matter that's before the case, before the courts. It's not reflecting on the merits of the case, and the President knows that the sub judice rule does not apply in this case, and he must answer the question.
Order, Honourable Members. Honourable President, would you wish to further reply?
No, there is not much greater of a reply other than to say, and if they are trying to do an equation between two different cases, one would say that in the case of the intelligence service, we've had to take a number of considerations into account due to the sensitivity and the sensitive nature of our intelligence service. And in paying regard to that, it was thought, I thought, and I decided that it is best to move Mr. Fraser out so that the review panel that I have spoken about can get into the depths. Indeed, if there is further action that needs to be taken, it will be taken. It's just as simple as all that. And I would like members to be aware of the sensitive nature of our intelligence service, and our Joint Standing Committee on Intelligence would also testify to this, and it has been one of the reasons why we have acted in the way that we have. And I'd like members to have an understanding for the sensitive nature of the work that is done by that agency. And the review panel which I've spoken about, yes, and indeed, the review panel will also go into the PAN project. That review panel will go into the depths of everything that has to do with our intelligence, which is a highly sensitive matter, and thereafter we will be able to take further decisions. So thank you, Mr. Maimane, for raising it, and unfortunately you have had to take us to court. I would have preferred that due to the sensitive nature of intelligence, which really affects the security of the people of South Africa, we could have dealt with it differently and separately. So we will proceed on that way, and you and I can have a further discussion because of the sensitive nature of this matter. Thank you very much, House Chair.
Thank you, Honourable President.